I promise to make you happy for the rest of our lives, so please, marry me.
I can't. If our child looks like you, they'll be ugly. Yes, it's a marriage registration form.
Huh? It's been getting warmer lately, hasn't it? After finishing some homemade carbonara, a salad, and leftover consomme soup from the morning, I, Sota Mori, was taking a short walk outside with my girlfriend, Oto Kozuki, for some post-meal exercise.
Yeah, it has. The cherry blossoms are blooming beautifully, making it perfect for cherry blossom viewing.
Maybe we should have made some bento boxes for lunch and had a picnic. Oh, that park over there looks nice.
Wow, they're in full bloom, so beautiful.
She's not the flashy type, but there's a certain indescribable charm about her. She's gentle, and her eyes sparkle with joy over the smallest things. Looking back, I probably fell for her because I found myself captivated by that exact quality. She's so cute. It's been 8 years since I fell in love with her. We've both changed in various ways, but this part of her remains exactly the same. Hey, Oto. An indescribable feeling of affection spread through my chest. I want to keep looking at the cherry blossoms with her like this forever. Thinking that, I just had to tell her right then and there. So, even though I hadn't planned on saying it at all, the words slipped out before I knew it. I promise to make you happy for the rest of our lives, so please, marry me. A gust of wind blew, sending cherry blossom petals dancing grandly between us. In that moment, a sense of anxiety gradually crept over me. Why was I able to blurt that out so suddenly? By the time I realized that I was actually running on a high while trying to act calm, it was already too late, just as a wave of regret washed over me.
I can't. If our child looks like you, they'll be ugly.
Huh?
If I get married, I want to have children eventually. But it'd be one thing if they inherited my genes. But if they strongly took after yours, Sota, I'd feel sorry for them.
Spoken in her usual casual tone, those words completely froze my regret. I thought I misheard her, but based on what she said next, I unfortunately realized it was no auditory hallucination.
So, if I'm going to get married, I want someone with decent looks. Well, I haven't really thought that deeply about having kids yet, so maybe my mind will change in the future. If that happens, you'd have to give up on having kids, Sota. How about it?
Children are a gift, but if we could be blessed with one, I
see. In that case, we can't get married. I'd only be wasting your time from here on out, so let's end this here.
And just like that, the girlfriend I loved so dearly left me without a second thought. It also meant that the feelings I had harbored for 8 years suddenly had nowhere to go. The following Tuesday, I was single-mindedly processing paperwork.
Chief, why don't you take a little break?
Thanks, but I'm fine. Just leave it right there. Fortunately for me, as the chief of the General Affairs Department at a mid-sized company, I had a mountain of paperwork to get through. By mindlessly processing it, I was able to distract myself from my misplaced feelings.
Is the chief going to be okay? Well, yesterday he came up to us and...
I got my heart broken, so keep the work coming.
The fact that he declared that with a big smile means it's pretty severe. There's nothing we can do. The chief is broken. What should we do?
I knew I was making my subordinates and superiors worry, but right now I just wanted to bury myself in work.
Sota, the usual, please.
Yes, the usual. Besides the paperwork from my team and other departments, dealing with visitors, and mediating small conflicts between departments. Especially at this time of year, there's a mountain of things to do, like preparing for the entrance ceremony and welcome parties. And the one that just came in is probably the usual request. Thinking that, I was about to sign it like always when... Shizuko, what is this? Have I finally snapped? Looking at the document handed to me by Chizuko Kudo, my junior from the sales department, I blinked hard a few times, thinking something was wrong.
Yes, it's a marriage registration form.
Huh?
Sota, I like you. Please marry me.
For what felt like about 3 seconds, every single sound in the department completely vanished. And then, in an instant, it got noisy. Thank goodness, I was still sane. How was I supposed to react to this? Feeling hesitant, I timidly opened my mouth. Thank you? Were you trying to cheer me up because I'm feeling down?
Did it cheer you up? That's good to hear. So will you marry me?
You were serious? I'm so sorry, I totally reacted the wrong way. For now. And so, please instruct her not to slip a marriage registration form with the regular documents. Before even giving an answer, I decided to go to the sales department's office and ask them to properly advise her. Sota, I am so incredibly sorry. We'll make sure to instruct her thoroughly. Well, as long as she doesn't mix unrelated documents in, it's fine. Excuse me. I feel bad for just brushing it off, but I hesitated to reject her right then and there with everyone watching. So I thought I was taking the correct course of action as the Chief of General Affairs, but was this really the right thing to do? You idiot! The sales manager's voice echoed throughout the company. Feeling as though the building itself had shaken a bit, I returned to my desk. It's really rare for you to invite me out, Hikaru, and for Hot Pot no less. Then, on Friday that week, I had been invited by Hikaru Saito, my senior by 2 years from the development department, to eat shabu shabu. By the way, even though he's my senior, he feels more like a high-maintenance younger brother, a truly mysterious friend. I originally thought about going to an izakaya, but I figured something easy on the stomach would be better. The stomach? You were broken after getting rejected when you proposed, and then you got proposed to, right? The development department and the general affairs department are on completely different floors. On top of that, he has terrible communication skills and is super shy. If someone like him knows about this, just how far has the rumor spread? You knew? Well, it's not wrong, but hearing it like that makes me sound like a total weirdo. So, it's not wrong. You want a drink? Maybe something with higher alcohol content. Thanks, but before that, I'd like some water. I was actually hoping to talk to you about this, Hikaru. After he ordered me some cold water and I calmed down, I explained everything in detail, from getting dumped to being proposed to. The immediate problem is how to answer Chizuko, but honestly, rejecting her seems like the only option. I'm truly incredibly grateful, and they do say the best way to heal a broken heart is with a new love, so... I guess starting as friends and deepening our connection is one way to go about it, but... You really loved her, didn't you? Your ex? Yeah. My ex. Saying the words out loud made the reality of our breakup sink in again, and my chest tightened painfully. And then I remembered the first time I met Oto. Wow, your paper airplane flies so far, Oto. That was 8 years ago. back in college, I belonged to a volunteer club that played with children with intellectual disabilities, and that's where I met Oto. I was a senior, and Oto was a freshman.
Oh, thank you. When I was little, I was really into making paper airplanes with my friends.
Hey, don't you think the kids would be thrilled if we held a paper plane making class before the paper airplane tournament?
Huh? You're right. If it's possible to change the schedule, I'd love to.
This is the first conversation I remember having with Oto. I think this was what made me start noticing her. Oto was a very pure and gentle girl. The way she genuinely cared for the children from the bottom of her heart was wonderful. That said, our activities were only once a week. Plus, it was an intercollegiate club, so we went to different universities. Because of that, we didn't spend that much time together, or become particularly close. What's more... I see, you got a boyfriend. Seeing her excitedly talking with the other girls and kids about how a senior at a part-time job confessed to her, and that it was her first boyfriend ever, there was no way I could confess my feelings. And so, I graduated and entered the working world, keeping my feelings for her locked away.
Wow, Sota, it's been so long!
A chance finally came around for me a year and a half ago. There was talk about gathering the club members across different years. And that's where I reunited with Oto. I made my move, and we started dating a year ago. Of course, it's not like she hadn't changed at all since college, but the Oto I fell in love with was still there, and I really thought I wanted to be with her forever. I loved her, and I still do. Honestly, it would be far too disrespectful to respond to Chizuko with feelings like this. Besides, the back of my nose stung. I guess I had more of a complex about my face than I realized. If I get married, I have to think about kids, right? In that case, maybe it's best if I just stay single forever. It was a complete escape mechanism. Pathetic, but even knowing it was a massive leap in logic, it felt like the best option right now. Sorry for bringing up such a depressing topic. You're going to eat more meat, right? Or would you prefer veggies? I don't think I can eat much more, so whatever you want, Hikaru. Then we're matching. Huh? I've decided to stay single for the rest of my life, too. If you're not getting married either, Sota, then we're fellow bachelor aristocrats. Living together as roommates might actually be pretty fun. An innocent smile. Thanks to that, staying single suddenly felt like a wonderful choice. If we do that, we won't have to worry about our old age. Yeah, that sounds really nice. Yeah, that actually sounds super fun. Wait, why are you laughing so hard? Did I say something weird? No, I just thought it was a great idea. For some reason, I had this preconceived notion that staying single was the choice of people who couldn't get married, but that's not true. Being single has its own perks, and if that's the path, I can definitely create a totally different, fun future. Thanks, Hikaru. You always show me completely different perspectives. I feel a lot better now. I'm really glad I talked to you, Hikaru. Thank you. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'm glad I could help. The appetite I had completely lost until just moments ago suddenly came rushing back. From the bottom of my heart, I felt incredibly grateful to have become friends with him. And so, having organized my thoughts after talking with Hikaru, I ultimately decided to call her using the company's chat voice feature on Saturday to turn her down. So, that's how it is. I'm really sorry.
I see. I understand.
I thought about telling her directly, but I felt bad calling out a junior from another department, who I wasn't even that close with, on a day off just for that. Plus, I figured it would be hard to coordinate our schedules at the office since she's in sales. Her voice sounded the same as always, but I wondered if she was really okay. I just hoped she could move on to her next love, but... Chizuko, what is this? The following Monday, I was hit with an intense sense of deja vu.
It's an exchange diary, Sota. I like you. Please start as my friend with marriage in mind.
Wait, why? I rejected you, right? Was that all just a dream? Not wanting to be the center of attention among my coworkers again, I moved us to a different spot. I had just doubted my own memory and checked my phone, but the call history was definitely there.
Yes, I was rejected. So, I analyzed what went wrong. I realized that we weren't even friends yet. At that point, we were basically strangers. It's only natural that you'd reject me.
I had heard rumors that she was a bit eccentric, but now I completely understood what they meant.
So, I figured we should start by becoming friends. And the ultimate tool for becoming friends is an exchange diary. So, Sota, let's keep a diary together.
Correction, she seems to be very eccentric. Chizuko, I'm truly happy about your feelings, and your analysis that you skipped a few steps isn't wrong. And the fact that you didn't mix this in with official documents is, well, progress.
Yes! Thank you very much.
But regardless of that, I can't even think about romance right now. And honestly, I don't feel the need to ever get married.
Is that something that wouldn't change even if we became friends? I really like you, Sota. The truth is, I want to see your face every day, talk to you, and if possible, I want you to hold me tight and pat my head.
Ugh. Crap. I let out a weird sound by accident. Wait, don't tell me she's acting like this naturally. Why go that far? Like you said, we're basically total strangers, right? When I asked her that, Chizuko faltered for the first time. Then, after fidgeting hesitantly for a moment, she muttered softly,
Your face is exactly my type.
Huh?
Slightly thick eyebrows, slightly small but wide eyes, and paired with a somewhat low nose, it expresses the ultimate blend of freshness and kindness. The moment I saw you for the first time, my heart was shot right through. And then, a moment later, I realized it. That I love this face so much that my instincts reacted before my reason even could. To be honest, I still don't know much about you, Sota, but I love you so much that I'd be fine with you deceiving me. Please? If marriage is out of the question, please, at least do the exchange diary with me. Otherwise, I'll live the rest of my life in regret, unable to forget you dying alone and lonely.
Okay, I get it. Let's do the exchange diary, if that will satisfy you.
Thank you so much. Even if you don't end up liking me back, at least this way I'm sure I won't have any regrets.
I really can't guarantee that I'll fall for you, you know.
I know. But I will do my best to make you like me.
Saying that, Chizuko happily returned to the sales department. My face is exactly her type? I found it hard to believe right away, but she definitely said that. Just to clear up any misunderstandings, it's not like my face has ever been made fun of, or that I have some unforgettable trauma about it. It's just that, even though we're brothers, my younger brother is really handsome, and when we were little, people often said he was the cute one, that's all. It's kind of funny how messed up I am over this. What was left within me was 70% confusion, 20% happiness, and 10% doubt. The next day, Chizuko actually brought the exchange diary. The first entry was an introduction. Just like her appearance, her handwriting was beautiful. I'm 25. I consider myself barely in my prime. She's still incredibly young, though. Her handwriting is neat, but the content is quite unique since her classic Chizuko quirks slip in here and there. She said a few words would be fine, but I guess I'll introduce myself too for now. Sota Mori, 30 years old. My hobbies are the gym and the sauna. My favorite food is... The fact that we started an exchange diary quickly became known to our coworkers. Which was to be expected since we walked to each other's desks every day to hand it over.
Chief, you seem to be having fun lately. Your complexion looks good, and I'm glad you've recovered. Honestly, it's a relief that the future where I forcefully make you my bride is gone.
A month had passed since then. Perhaps thanks to our slightly offbeat exchange diary, I had largely bounced back. And wait, who just called me their bride? As a token of my gratitude, I'll gift you some more work. Thanks again for the other day. It's my treat today, so order whatever you like. One day after work, I had invited Hikaru to an izakaya as a thank you for the other day. It seems more like it's thanks to that girl in the sales department rather than me, though. No, it's a fact that you helped me out too, Hikaru. So, I have something else I wanted to ask your advice on. Chizuko is much weirder than I expected, but she's an even better girl, and she finally asked me out on a date. You don't sound very happy considering the context. She said my face is her type. To be honest, I can't help but doubt if she's telling the truth. I'm grateful, but I'm mostly just confused. Plus, I was planning to get her to give up on me, but she's such a sweet girl that I haven't been able to bring myself to say it, and I hate myself for that. That's right, it felt awful, and I felt guilty that I was doubting her despite her being such a good person, leading to my half-hearted responses. I'm definitely gonna turn down the date. It's really not right to go when I have no intention of dating her. And I should end the exchange diary too. No, that would seem too sudden, so maybe I'll set a deadline for when it ends. Saying it out loud helped organize my thoughts and make things clearer. 2 months. No, taking her feelings into account, maybe 3 months would be more reasonable. I wondered what Hikaru would say. Subconsciously, I assumed he'd be against it, so the words he spoke caught me completely off guard. Why not just go on the date? Huh? Your only concern is whether she's actually a good person or not. Am I wrong? You're not wrong, but... Alright, got it. Huh? Wait, what do you mean? Don't just decide things on your own. Hikaru? I found myself staring at him in shock as he gave a firm nod, satisfied with whatever conclusion he had come to, and proposed his idea. Oh, wow. So Sota's face really is your type. And then Saturday came, the day of the date with Chizuko. Walking beside me was a ridiculously handsome guy. Wait, no, it was Hikaru. No. I mean, I knew he was incredibly good looking, but still. His proposal was for the three of us to meet before the date. Basically a three-way interview. The truth is, Hikaru possesses an astonishing level of beauty. Isn't this way too big of a transformation? Crap, I totally underestimated him. How did I even become friends with Hikaru from the development department? Someone who works on a completely different floor and never visits general affairs. It all started 3 years ago, when I was on the hunt for a good sauna. That guy is here again. From time to time, I would spot Hikaru, whose name I didn't know yet, at the sauna. He was always alone, so I instantly felt something was off that day. Even though there was no one else around, someone was sitting right next to him. At first, I thought they might know each other, but it didn't look like it. I became certain of that about 5 minutes after I went in. What were you just trying to do? Huh? What are you talking about? Seeing that hand unnaturally try to touch the other man, I moved on instinct. My gut told me that hand was reaching out with that kind of intent. You were just about to touch this guy. Just to confirm, do you know each other? No. So you're saying you tried to touch a stranger's thigh without permission? Did you know, with the 2023 Penal Code revision, the crime of non-consensual indecency applies even when the victim is a man?
I'm telling you, you've got it wrong. What is wrong with this guy?
That was how Hikaru and I met. From then on, we started talking a little more each time we ran into each other, and eventually found out we worked at the same company. The reason he hides his beauty and has decided to stay single is that, because of his looks, he's had many women try all sorts of things on him in the past. So, since he's forced to see right through women's true natures, he offered to help me out. And yet, to think he'd even be looked at that way by men, being too beautiful must be tough. The women around us are completely swooning over him. By the way, I'm currently acting separately to go buy some crepes. Being born handsome is a struggle in its own right. If anything is about to happen, I'll protect you with everything I've got again, Hikaru. And if Chizuko truly is a good girl who honestly finds my face to be her exact type, I'll apologize with all my heart. Thinking that, I was heading toward the crepe shop in front of the station, when... Oto? I spotted Oto coming out of a hotel with a man, and when we ended up making eye contact, I instinctively stopped in my tracks.
Oh well, you caught me. That's right. This is the kind of person I am. I love playing around with all sorts of guys. Sota, it seems you thought I was still the same as I was back in college, but... people change, you know. I changed too once I joined the working world. I used to think playing around with lots of men is so wrong, but it's really not. There's no messy aftermath. I don't have to worry about their feelings, and honestly, it's the best. And what feels best of all is having so many different men desire me. Sota, it turns out, I'm the type of woman who's really popular with men. So the truth is, I can pretty much take my pick. I was super happy when you confessed to me, which is why we dated, but when it comes to getting married, I thought I'd prefer someone much more handsome.
My heart ached. Just when did she become so twisted? I'm not denying that you're probably popular. Both in college and now, you're an attractive woman, but your insides are probably completely different.
My insides? What do you mean?
In college, you were popular with people who wanted your heart. Now, you're popular with people who want your body.
What's that? Are you just saying that out of spite because I dumped you? That's seriously uncool.
I'm just stating an objective fact. There are individual differences, of course, but let's speak generally for a moment. Most men treat their true love very carefully, meaning they don't just reach out whenever it's convenient for them. And very few men would view a woman who constantly plays around with multiple guys as marriage material. That's because men are creatures who naturally want to cherish the purity of the woman they love. So if you're popular right now, Oto, at best, you're probably just their second or third choice. It's safer to assume that most of them just see you as an easy, convenient woman.
What? What is that supposed to mean? You make it sound like my value has plummeted. I never cheated when we were dating, so what's the big deal? I completely despise you, Sota. Never speak to me again.
With that, Oto finally headed toward the station. No matter who she plays around with, her value hasn't changed to me. But I just want you to value yourself more. I didn't want her to sell herself short, but it didn't seem like anything I said could reach her anymore. Pushing down my feelings of sorrow, I hurried off once again to buy the crepes. Ah, Chizuko. When I finally arrived at the crepe shop, Chizuko was there waiting.
Oh good. You were taking a while, so I came looking for you.
Is that so? Sorry, I ran into an acquaintance. Where's Hikaru?
Hikaru said something suddenly came up, so he had to step away for a moment.
Hey, you!
Yes?
Right around the time I reached the crepe shop and met up with Chizuko, Hikaru was talking to Oto.
Wow, he's incredibly handsome. Is he hitting on me? Sota said all those things, but I really am the kind of woman who gets picked by guys like this. Yes? What is it?
Sota knew, you know, that you would become a slut.
Huh?
Realizing he wasn't hitting on her, that he brought up my name, and what he'd actually said made Oto's expression completely freeze. And even knowing that, he still said you were the one, that your core was the same back then.
What? Who even are you?
Honestly, it's probably not my place to butt in, but I just wanted you to know how precious of an existence Sota was. The reason he looked so sad earlier wasn't because he was shocked that you mess around with guys. He was devastated because even your very core had changed. I bet he felt the exact same way when you dumped him. I just wanted to tell you that. See ya.
What is this? So what if it's true?
After Hikaru walked away, this time she was completely glued to the spot. What wouldn't leave her mind was what I had said earlier. There are individual differences, of course, but let's speak generally for a moment.
What? Then doesn't that make it sound like Sota was the exception?
It should have been a completely meaningless fact to her, yet for some reason she couldn't forget it. As for Oto Kozuki after that,
This is boring.
the men she had been messing around with gradually distanced themselves to date their true loves, and the last remaining one eventually got married. Should I look for the next guy? Just as she thought that, a family in the city suddenly caught her eye.
Kids really are cute. I'm at the right age, so maybe I should look for a serious relationship too.
Fortunately, there are matching apps now where it's easy to find someone. Since she had used them to find guys before, she used one to find her true love and actually started dating him. But then, a problem arose.
Wait, does that mean you're married?
Yeah, sorry for hiding it, but you're my number one. I'm gonna divorce my wife, so just wait until then.
However, despite believing his words and waiting, he showed absolutely no signs of getting a divorce.
You little homewrecker. My husband says he has no intention of divorcing me, so how long are you going to keep clinging to him? If it weren't for you, our family would be completely happy and peaceful. Never show your face in front of us again.
It was only a few days after foolishly getting slapped by the guy's wife that she finally realized how stupid she had been. Seeing her lover laughing happily with his wife and child, she finally understood. She was nothing more than a second choice. And
No, it's not that I wanted a child with good looks. I just... If it was a child with Sota, I would have been happy no matter what they looked like. Sota, I'm so sorry.
what surfaced in her mind was me looking straight at her, and the sorrowful look on my face the last time she saw me. Repeating apologies over and over, she bitterly regretted what she had done on that day under the cherry blossoms. You're back early, Hikaru. Are you done with your sudden business? Going back in time to the day of that three-way meeting, Hikaru returned earlier than expected as we finished buying the crepes. Yeah, I'm done. Thanks for the crepe.
You didn't have to come back, you know.
Yeah, you passed, Chizuko.
I see. So today really was the day you were judging me.
Sorry about that. That wasn't really a nice thing to do.
No. I had a feeling that was the case from the moment you said you wanted me to meet your friend. so it's perfectly fine. Sota, you just went through a terrible breakup. So it's only natural you'd be suspicious if a junior you barely knew suddenly said your face was exactly their type. Well, I definitely didn't expect your friend to be someone from the development department, much less someone this incredibly radiant.
Sota was hesitating. It would be fun to enjoy the bachelor life together, but Sota originally wanted to get married. If me stepping in could help solve things, then it's a small price to pay. I want Sota to be happy, and if you guys have kids, I'd like to see them too. Hikaru, thank you. Watching me nervously face Chizuko, Hikaru remembered the first time we met. You helped me out, even though you looked way scrawnier than me. At the sauna that day, it wasn't that Hikaru hadn't noticed the man's movements next to him. He just had the confidence to turn the tables on him if anything actually happened, so he let it be. Not knowing that, I had nosily stepped in to save him. I was in despair, thinking that even men were looking at me that way. But even after seeing my face and learning that I was actually just a gloomy introvert inside, Sota never changed how he treated me. You've got this, Sota. Chizuko Kudo.
Yes?
Thank you for confessing to me twice. The truth is, I've always had a bit of a complex about my face. Because of that, I was even thinking of giving up on marriage entirely, but you told me that you love my face. If that's the case, I want to consider romance and marriage one more time. I'll become a wonderful man, so you can say you love what's inside too. So please, would you be my friend with the intention of eventually dating? Everyone has complexes. For example, for me, it's my face. For Hikaru, it's actually his name. But whether you let it make you feel inferior is completely up to you. Watching Chizuko, who doesn't care at all about the massive gap between her appearance and her personality, really made me realize that.
Yes, I'd love to.
In fact, the very thing you see as a complex might actually be your greatest charm point. A year later, when I finally confessed and we became a couple, the first thing I did was hold her tight and pat her head. And 6 months after that, I successfully proposed to her, and the two of us went to pick up a marriage registration form.
Aw, man. I liked that episode a lot. A lot of feelings coming out of this. I know they tried to give the antagonist a little bit of redemption, but just, I didn't like it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye!